So this is a continuous freezer, and you should have some links and websites to look at to give you a general description about continuous freezers versus the batch freezers. Obviously, the biggest difference is you add mix to this continuously. So the mix is pumped in there at a continuous flow rate. And you can set all the parameters. You can set how much air. You can set the pump speed. You can set the temperatures, of course. And it's very controlled. And the big thing is, of course, you can just keep adding mix and more mix and more mix. So obviously, if you want a high production or you have to have a lot of product, this is the way to go. However, with the batch freezer, if you're doing product development and you're not sure if your formulation is going to work, or you're worried about your flavor incorporation and you don't know how much flavoring to add per pound of mix, you can start out in a batch freezer. And then what's really nice, if you're in a nice facility like this, you can move up to the continuous freezer to see how your product is really going to perform under, say, high-speed production circumstances. However, if you're a small-time producer, you own a scoop shop, and you only sell, I don't know, 20 or 30 gallons a week or every few days, the batch freezer is the way to go, because you can make anywhere, depending on the freezer, 2 quarts to some are even as large as 44 quarts. The manufacturers make all sorts of sizes and all sorts of designs. And again, we're going to go back and look at some of the designs so we can actually look at the big differences in the machines and the different batch making batch freezers. And that's really down to the dasher design. How the batch freezers actually operate and what some of the engineering principles are. I won't go into detail with that because I think Dr. Hart covers that in lecture, and if not, he can, because you'll ask him good questions. Okay, so the general engineering of a batch freezer is that it is a scraped surface heat exchanger, which should all ring little bells on you from Dr. Anaswaran's course. So in this case, as I say, the outside is really the brine chiller. This is from the White Mountain. So obviously this is the inside, and so of course the dasher fits in. And it's powered along, and so literally, as the mix encounters the cold outer surface, you literally scrape off the ice crystals. So ice crystals are forming, and ideally you want a very small, very rapid formation of your ice crystals. Now, keeping this in mind, we move along to a little more modern